Oh, well, my name is Sean O'Keefe, and I'm originally from Ireland. Uh, I've ended up in Virginia. As an Irishman, I left Ireland in order to escape the slavery that the English people had placed all of us Irish under. I had no money to book a passage across the ocean, so I had to sell myself into servitude in order to come here. So I served my 7 years in servitude, and then upon my manumission, I went west into the frontier in order to try and acquire land. I have no hard skills, I have no money, I have no trade. So in order to improve my situation, I needed to come west and claim land. So I did that. I was serving as a hunter in the Kentucky land. And then the war started, and the king arbitrarily draws a line and tells us no more settlement west of here. Well, I'm not going to live my life, based on what a king tells me, especially an English king. So we settled anyways, and when the war started, the king then decided that he was going to hire the Indian savages on the frontier to raid our settlements and kill all of our people and try and drive us back across the Appalachian Mountains. So most of the settlements have been burned out now, and most of the people on the frontier were either killed or had to flee back east. Kentucky now is reduced to just 3 settlements. Boonesboro, Harrodstown, and Logan Stations are the only ones that have been able to hold out so far. And the savages are killing without regard to age or sex or condition. They've killed babies, they've killed old people, they've killed women. They kill absolutely everybody that those murderous, butchering savages can lay their hands on. And as proof of their deed, they cut the scalps off of these people, and they carry them to the outposts that are controlled by the British, and they exchange them for trade goods. They'll exchange them for muskets and powder and flints and blankets and beads and all sorts of nonsense that don't equate to the value of a human life. So now George Rogers Clark has decided that he's come up with an idea in order to end the Indian raids on the frontier. So he's raised a regiment of Virginians to travel into the frontier areas, into Kentucky and Ohio and the Illinois country, and fight against the merciless Indian savages and take control of the outposts that the British control, from which they pay the Indians. And in doing that, we're going to end the Indian raids on our frontier settlements. We've already taken control of Cahokia and Kaskaskia on the Mississippi River, and we also have a force that's now occupying Fort Sackville at Vincennes on the Wabash River. Right now, our regiment is slightly under strength. We weren't able to raise as many people as we had initially hoped to. But now that we're in possession of these outposts, we found that the French militia are very friendly to our cause indeed. And in the next campaign season, we hope to augment our force of Virginians with the Kentucky militia if they return, and with the French militia. And we're going to take the campaign up to Detroit, and we're going to take Henry Hamilton. He's the British governor at Fort Detroit. He's the one who's been sponsoring the Indian raids on our frontier settlements. Our nickname for him is the hair buyer because of all the scalps that he buys. He's a criminal and he's a murderer, and in the next campaign season we're going to take Detroit and we're going to put him on trial and send him back to Virginia, and we're going to hang him from a tree.